Greeting is an act of communication in which human beings intentionally make their presence known to each other, to show attention to, and to suggest a type of relationship or social status between individuals or groups of people coming in contact with each other. Greetings sometimes are used just prior to a conversation or to greet in passing, such as on a sidewalk or trail. While greeting customs are highly culture and situation specific and may change within a culture depending on social status and relationship, they exist in all known human cultures. Greetings can be expressed both audibly and physically, and often involve a combination of the two. This topic excludes military and ceremonial salutes but includes rituals other than gestures. A greeting, or salutation, can also be expressed in written communications, such as letters and emails. Some epochs and cultures have had very elaborate greeting rituals, for example, greeting of a sovereign. Conversely, secret societies have often furtive or arcane greeting gestures and rituals, such as the secret handshake, which allow members to recognize each other. In some languages and cultures, the same word or gesture is used as both greeting and farewell. Examples are good day in English, assalamu alaikum in Arabic, aloha in Hawaiian, shalom in Hebrew, namaste in Hindi, and ciao in Italian. The bow and handshake are also used for both greeting and leave-taking. Greeting gestures. A greeting can consist of an exchange of formal expression, kisses, handshakes, hugs, and various gestures. The form of greeting is determined by social etiquette, as well as by the relationship of the people. Beyond the formal greeting, which may involve a verbal acknowledgement and sometimes a handshake, facial expression, gestures, body language and eye contact can all signal what type of greeting is expected. Gestures are the most obvious signal. For instance, greeting someone with open arms is generally a sign that a hug is expected. However, crossing arms can be interpreted as a sign of hostility. Facial expression, body language and eye contact reflect emotions and interest level. A frown, slouching and lowered eye contact suggests disinterest, while smiling and an exuberant attitude is a sign of welcome. Many different gestures are used throughout the world as simple greetings. In Western cultures the handshake is very common, though it has numerous subtle variations in the strength of grip, the vigor of the shake, the dominant position of one hand over the other, and whether or not the left hand is used. Historically, when men normally wore hats out of doors, male greetings to people they knew, and sometimes those they did not, involved touching, raising slightly, or removing the hat in a variety of gestures. This basic gesture remained normal in very many situations from the Middle Ages until men typically ceased wearing hats in the mid-20th century. Hat raising began with an element of recognition of superiority, where only the socially inferior party might perform it, but gradually lost this element. King Louis XIV of France made a point of at least touching his hat to all women he encountered. However, the gesture was never used by women, for whom the head covering included considerations of modesty. When a man was not wearing a hat, he might touch his hair to the side of the front of his head to replicate a hat-tipping gesture. This was typically performed by lower-class men to social superiors, such as peasants to the landowner, and is known as tugging the full lock, which still sometimes occurs as a metaphor for submissive behavior. The Arabic term salam refers to the practice of placing the right palm on the heart, before and after a handshake. A Chinese greeting features the right fist placed in the palm of the left hand and both shaken back and forth 2 or 3 times. It may be accompanied by a head nod or bow. The gesture may be used on meeting and parting, and when offering thanks or apologies. In India, it is common to see the Namaste greeting where the palms of the hands are pressed together and held near the heart with the head gently bowed. Adab, meaning respect and politeness, is a hand gesture used as a Muslim greeting of South Asian Muslims, especially of Urdu-speaking communities of Uttar Pradesh, Hyderabadi Muslims, Bengali Muslims and Mahajir people of Pakistan. The gesture involves raising the right hand towards the face with palm inwards such that it is in front of the eyes and the fingertips are almost touching the forehead, as the upper torso is bent forward. It is typical for the person to say adab az hi, or just adab. It is often answered with the same. The word talim is said as an answer, as sometimes it is answered with a facial gesture of acceptance. In Indonesia, a nation with a huge variety of cultures and religions, many greetings are expressed. For the formalized greeting of the highly stratified and hierarchical Javanese to the more egalitarian and practical greetings of outer islands, Javanese, Batak and other ethnicities currently are formally involved in the armed forces will salute a government-employed superior, and follow with a deep bow from the waist, a short nod of the head and a passing, loose handshake. Hand position is highly important. The superior's hand must be higher than the inferior's. Muslim men will clasp both hands, palms together at the chest, and utter the correct Islamic Slametan phrase, which may be followed by cheek-to-cheek contact, a quick hug, a loose handshake. Pious Muslim women rotate the hands from a vertical to perpendicular prayer-like position in order to barely touch the fingertips of the male greeter, and may opt out of the cheek-to-cheek contact. If the male is an abdi dalam, royal servant, courtier, particularly pico, or even a highly formal individual, he will retreat backwards with head downcast, the left arm crossed against the chest and the right arm hanging down, never showing his side or back to his superior. His head must always be lower than that of his superior. Younger Muslim males and females will clasp their elders or superior's outstretched hand to the forehead as a sign of respect and obeisance. If a manual worker or a person with obviously dirty hands salutes or greets an elder or superior, he will show deference to his superior and avoid contact by bowing, touching the right forehead in a very quick salute or a distant slamet gesture. The traditional Javanese sungkem involves clasping the palms of both hands together, aligning the thumbs with the nose, turning the head downwards and bowing deeply, bending from the knees. In a royal presence, the one performing sungkem would kneel at the base of the throne. A gesture called the Wai is used in Thailand, where the hands are placed together palm to palm, approximately at nose level, while bowing. The Wai is similar in form to the gesture referred to by the Japanese term gaso by Buddhists. In Thailand, the men and women would usually press two palms together and bow a little while saying Sawadee ka or Sawadee krap. Kisses in Europe. The formal style of upper-class greeting used by a man to a woman in the early modern period was to hold the woman's presented hand with his right hand and kiss it while bowing. In cases of a low degree of intimacy, the hand is held but not kissed. The ultra-formal style, with the man's right knee on the floor, is now only used in marriage proposals, as a romantic gesture. Cheek kissing is common in Europe and Latin America, and has become a standard greeting mainly in Southern Europe but also in some Central European countries. While cheek kissing is a common greeting in many cultures, each country has a unique way of kissing. In Russia, Poland, Slovenia, Serbia, Macedonia, Montenegro, the Netherlands, Iran and Egypt, it is customary to kiss 3 times on alternate cheeks, but kiss twice in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Italians, Hungarians and Romanians usually kiss twice in a greeting, and in Mexico and Belgium only one one kiss is necessary. In the Galapagos, women kiss on the right cheek only, and in Oman it is not unusual for men to kiss one another on the nose after a handshake. French culture accepts a number of ways to greet depending on the region. Two kisses are most common throughout all of France, but in Provence 3 kisses are given and in Nantes 4 are exchanged. However, in Finistère at the western tip of Brittany and Chevreuse in the Poitou-Charentes region, 1 kiss is preferred. Other greeting gestures are dab, Anjali mudra, bowing, cheek kissing, Eskimo kissing, fist bump, in which 2 individuals touch fists, hand kissing, handshake, hat raising, a tipping, high five, hug, kowtow, mano, namaste, pranama, pressing noses, salute, sampya, teniyat, waving, the gesture of moving one's hand back and forth. Vanakkam, voicemail greetings. Voicemail greetings are pre-recorded messages that are automatically played to callers when the voicemail system answers the call. Some voicemail systems allow for different greetings to be played to different callers.